You're here today because you want what?
To find out if my daughter is biologically mine.
And before the show today, you took a DNA test, and you also took a lie detector
Yes, sir.
test, right?
I believe in my heart that that's my daughter.
I told him there's a possible chance that she could not be yours.
I signed her original birth certificate.
So there's no way in the world
That's
that
not,
Richard's
no,
the father.
no.
She don't want children at all. She doesn't want to be a mom.
I do love my kids, and for him to sit there and say that I don't is a daggone lie.
She taped a pacifier to her mouth when she was a newborn because she wouldn't stop crying.
I didn't think.
You thought enough that you wanted her to stop crying. I'll put a pacifier and tape her mouth shut. Please stand up.
I have reason to believe for her to cry like that, I want to know she's being touched.
You gonna sit there and tell all these people that I be touched? You know I ain't do that.
And I don't know if you're ever going to find a man that loves your daughter as much as Richard.
Trust me, I'm taking my daughter. You trust and believe that. I'm walking out of here today with my child.
The results of your DNA test is that Richard Welcome to the show. My guest is Richard. Richard, you call the show.
Yes, sir.
Why are you here?
I called the show to find out if my child that I've been taking care of is biologically mine. My mother stated in a scheduled court hearing that we had that the child is not mine. And therefore, I would like to find out if she is mine or not.
Okay, so you're with this woman, and who is she to your girlfriend? Or?
She was ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend.
Yes, sir.
And how long were you with her?
For like a couple months.
Just a few months?
Yes, sir.
And she becomes pregnant?
Yes, sir.
She tells you she's pregnant?
Yes, sir.
You're happy about it?
Yes, sir.
Is this going to be your first child?
Yes, sir.
And she has the baby, and what does she have, a little girl?
Yes, sir.
At the time this is all going on, anything that she does or the baby, you look at the baby, nothing gives you a doubt that this is not your baby. You think this is my child.
I believe it's my child. I signed her original birth certificate.
Why did you guys break up?
Because she was immature. I realized that as time went on.
Well, what was she doing that immature that caused you to say, I better give it a second thought?
She had a child, like I said, which is a son, and therefore, like certain things she wouldn't do to me that a mother should do. Like she would spend a night at my house, and therefore I would like ask her questions like, why don't you get up? You hear your son crying. Why don't you get up and attend to him?
And how old was the other child at the time?
At the time, he was like a couple, I say like 6 months.
So you see she's not getting up. Her older child is crying. You're like, hey, why wouldn't you get up when your son's crying? Just gives you, and then your daughter comes along.
But I didn't know about this child being born.
But you had a clue that she was pregnant.
Yes, sir. I had a clue she was pregnant.
And
but
all this time,
we talked about getting an abortion, and she stated to me that she was going to get the abortion.
Okay.
So that's the last impression that I had in my mind.
Right. So you didn't even think
that this
she
child
was going to carry the pregnancy.
Yes, sir.
She was going to terminate it. So when you find out now, you've broken up, you haven't seen her, you're kind of shocked that she went and had the baby.
Yes, sir.
When you find out from this person on the street, you have a baby, what's your reaction?
My reaction was, wow. The first thing I did was said, where is she at? I went right to the address she gave me, and I went to go see my daughter. And then from there, I intervened and tried to spend as much time as I could with her. Until she was 6 months old, my daughter was placed with a family member in Trinidad, Tobago.
And how long was your daughter over there?
For a year and a half, sir. And for a year and a half.
So you didn't get to see your baby for a year and a half?
No, sir.
Did you?
I called the embassy in Trinidad, Tobago, and trying to ask these people, like, could I fly over there to come see her? They're like, well, we don't have any documentation stating who you are. You're just an alleged father.
But you say your name was on the birth certificate.
I signed the original birth certificate. She stated to me that her wiped my name off the original birth certificate.
So it's got to be pretty hard on you for a year and a half. You don't get to see your child.
I didn't even get to see her grow up. You understand? Like, as far as being a baby, that's something that a father would want to beat her for, to watch their child grow up. If it was my first child, I wanted to beat her, sir, but I wasn't able to beat her because of her.
Did she ever tell you she was going to do this?
No, sir.
Did she ever come to you and say, hey, my child's going to be taken away. Can you help me out?
No, sir.
So she didn't even give you a chance to say, here, why don't you take our daughter?
She didn't even give me the opportunity.
What happened to your daughter at the shelter?
At the shelter where she was standing at, the mom, she taped a pacifier to her mouth.
Your ex-girlfriend
She taped a pacifier to her mouth when she was a newborn because she wouldn't stop crying.
And is that why they were going to take
Yes, sir.
your baby? Okay. At some point now, the question is
she my child?
whether you're really the father. And why did all of a sudden she bring that issue up?
Because when we went to our last scheduled hearing, she stated to the court officials that I'm not the father and she was raped.
Did she, when you're dating her, right?
Yes,
you're
sir.
dating her when she becomes pregnant?
Yes, sir.
She ever mentioned to you, come home crying,
No, sir.
hysterical, no signs of physical violence?
No.
Hey, by the way, Richard, I was raped today.
No.
What was your relationship with her? Name's Teneal.
Yes, sir. At first, we met at like a career link center, and therefore, like, that's how we established like a friendship. And at first, it was all right. But then as time went on, I realized as a person, like, she wasn't all the way there adequate as far as being responsible, taking care of children. And I want to say this to everybody, she does not want children.
But she had a son already.
Yes, sir, but she does not want to take care of children.
Now, I got to ask you, Richard, you seem like a nice guy, and you seem like you're a very caring guy. Why would you sleep with somebody who doesn't seem like they care about children? Why would you take a chance of bringing a child into the world with this woman?
I made a poor decision.
I didn't think
You
I was
thought
wrong.
enough that you wanted her to stop crying. I'll put a pacifier and tape her mouth shut. Please stand up.
She proved that that's not your child. Trust me, I'm taking my daughter. You trust and believe that. I'm walking out of here today with my child.
And I don't know if you're ever going to find a man that loves your daughter as much as Richard. The results of your DNA test is that Richard and you broke up with her?
We went our separate ways.
Well, you don't wake up and go, I'm leaving. Had to be some discussion. Okay, I'm done with you. Nah, you're not the dad. Something had to be said.
She left.
She left.
Yes.
Okay, so you didn't break up with her. She took off on you. Did she tell you where she was going?
No.
So you didn't know. So now she comes back. You got the child. You say, bring her over here. I want to see my daughter. Must be very emotional. You haven't seen her in a year and a half. She leaves the baby with you. She takes off. What?
No. What happened was during Christmas Eve, the situation happened where I had got her son. And therefore I said to her, before I take your son, I said, don't you want to wake up and say Merry Christmas to him? No.
Why, she wanted to leave?
I don't know, she just didn't want him to be with her on Christmas Day. So when I took him, and it was dark outside, I brought him back to my resident. When we got back in the house, I looked at his face. I said, what happened to you? He said, I don't know. I asked him again. I said, what happened to you? He said, I don't know. So I got scared. The first thing I did, I called the caseworkers, Department of Human Services. I said, there's something wrong with this young man. He has 2 black eyes and an abrasion on his face. They come to my residence. They ask him a question. They say, what happened to you? He said, my mom hit me and pushed me into a dresser. She punched me in my face and pushed me into a dresser. And therefore, they take him from me because I'm not his biological father, but I want to adopt him.
Who'd they give the boy to?
He's in foster care right now. She doesn't even have him.
Before the show today, you took a DNA test.
Yes, sir.
And you also took a lie detector
Yes, sir.
test, right? Because I guess she's alleging that you did things.
Yes.
Or
Yes, sir.
you find out today's DNA test comes back. You find out you are the father. How do you feel?
I'm excited because I believe in my heart that that's my daughter.
You do believe she's your
I believe
daughter.
in my heart that that's my daughter.
And what if you find out the test comes back?
She's still my daughter.
She's still your
She's still
daughter.
my daughter.
Is your daughter on the screen? Now, how old is your daughter now?
She's 2.
She's 2. Hey, nothing to be ashamed of. If I went through everything that you went through, I'd have tears in my eyes too. I mean, not to have your daughter for a year and a half. How long have you had your daughter now?
Only a couple months, sir.
And has Teneal making an effort to see her?
No, because I stopped her visits.
Oh, you said.
Because she had supervised visits where they take her and she gets to see her in a facility. I stopped it because the first visit that my daughter went on, she disrespected me and she disrespected my daughter. She took her hair out. You see how her hair is done? It's professionally done. She took her hair out. I bought her a charm that said Daddy's Boo and had her name at the bottom. Understand? And therefore, we took pictures at Chuck E. Cheese. And she took them from her. And then when I asked the staff officials that dropped her off, the driver, I said, where's her stuff? Oh, we don't know. The mom must have did it.
So you saying Teneal stole your daughter's chain?
Yes, sir. She said her brother took it. How can a little boy take a necklace that's teeny, take it off her neck?
You're here today because you want what?
To find out if my daughter is biologically mine.
And you want to keep her, right?
Yes, sir.
Does Teneal want custody of her daughter?
She don't want children at all.
She doesn't have her son.
She doesn't have her son. She doesn't want kids, period. She doesn't even want to be a mom.
Well, why does she keep having kids?
I don't know.
Well, what I want to do, Richard, I'm going to ask you to leave the stage. I'm going to talk to Teneal. I'm going to give you a chance to come out and talk to her, okay?
I do love my kids. And for him to sit there and say that I don't is a daggone lie. Because if I didn't love my kids, I wouldn't be working so hard to get them back. I have reason to believe for her to cry like that, I want to know she's being touched.
And you also took a lie detector
Yes, sir.
test, right? Takes the lie detector test, and it comes back. How you doing, Teneal?
I'm not good at all.
And why aren't you good?
Because I hate liars. I hate liars. I told him from when I got raped, that's something that I'm embarrassed of. It's not something, oh, I got raped. Ha! That's not something you sit there and you tell the world.
Hold on a second. Did you tell Richard?
Yeah, no, I did not, because it's something that I was embarrassed of and it's something I was dealing with at the time. I told him there's a possible chance that she could not be yours before anything was brought up in court. I told him this. It's something I've been dealing with in therapy. You understand? When I did what I did to my daughter, but the whole pacifier thing is because I had 2 kids back to back. I had chronic depression.
Hold on a second. But you taped the pacifier?
Yes, I know I was wrong. I know that I was wrong.
Listen, wrong? How do you even...
I was dead wrong.
Okay, you were dead wrong. But how does a mother... I mean, really...
I was not even in a stable mind.
I don't care if you were in an unstable mind. How do you think that taking tape and covering a child's mouth, how in the hell is that any idea at all for a mother to think of? Tell me how you actually did it. That's what I want to know. How did you use duct tape? Did you use Scotch tape?
I don't even remember what kind of tape that I used because, like I said, I was unstable then.
And you taped the whole pacifier around the mouth?
No, it just across her mouth.
You put tape across the mouth with the pacifier in her mouth?
Yeah.
Did you think, maybe I could choke my child to death by doing this?
I didn't think. That's the point. I didn't think. Like I said, I know that I was wrong.
You thought enough that you wanted her to stop crying. I'll put a pacifier and tape her mouth shut. So you taped this pacifier to your baby's mouth. What happened?
From there, I don't remember.
You don't remember anything?
No.
Did somebody come and say?
I remember the next morning or whenever it was a staff member at the shelter came in and she saw it. And she said that I'm going to have to call the Department of Human Services. And I was so messed up in my head that I just didn't care. But when
Did the baby sleep with the pacifier in her mouth all night long? With the tape in her mouth? How long did she have it taped?
It was only for like maybe 2 hours.
And so you wake up, they find this horrific thing, they notify Children's Services, and they take your baby away from you.
My grandmother called me maybe within 5 hours after it happened. I did notify Richard. He sat there and was like, well, I don't know what to tell you.
You told them they're taking our baby away?
Yes, I did tell him that. He was like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, what do you mean? You run around telling the whole world that that's your daughter, but you can't go down there and get her? You can't go down there and take her?
You know what? I'm trying. I'm listening to the story, and I'm really trying. I try to keep my emotions in check, but you taped the pacifier in a baby's mouth. Please stand your ass up. me get this straight. You're seeing Richard, right? You guys are dating?
We were.
You were dating, and you have another child before this?
Yes.
And Richard says, not really a good mother. Didn't really care about his son. Let him cry in the night, didn't get up.
That's a lie.
So you say you're a good mother?
I am a good mother because in my phone is all pictures, videos, times that I sat there and played with my children.
Pictures and videos of your child doesn't make you a good mother.
No, hold up. Now, if I'm not a good mom, I wouldn't make sure that my kids come before me. It had days that I was looking a mess. Hair not done, the clothes that I had on was just dirty, but my kids looked good. My kids ate every day. I made sure that my kids was very well taken care of. Even for Christmas. Like, I bought my daughter that brand new door house that just came out. I bought my son a little bike. That's what they asked for, and I got it for him. I could tell you the day that my daughter got her first tooth. I could tell you the day she crawled. I could tell you the day she walked. I could tell you everything that I need to know about my child. I know her favorite color. I know what makes her smile. I love my daughter to death, even if she is a rape baby. I love her to death. Anything that my son wanted, I got it for him. I never wore name brand a day in my life, but my kids wore it. I do love my kids. And for him to sit there and say that I don't is a daggone lie. Because if I didn't love my kids, I wouldn't be working so hard to get them back.
So when he cried in the night, you did get up and go?
I got up every night. Losing my mind, don't know what to do because I'm a new mom with 2 kids.
Teneal, let me ask you a question. If you were this young woman and you felt overwhelmed when you had a son, why would you turn around not even a year later and have another baby?
I have reason to believe for her to cry like that, I want to know she's being touched. She proves that that's not your child. Trust me, I'm taking my daughter. You trust and believe that. I'm walking out of here today with my child.
The results of your DNA test is that Richard.
You are the father.
Get off my stage! So there's no way in the world that Richard's the father?
No.
Did you ever afterwards tell Richard, you know what, I need to tell you something. You keep thinking you're the father. I got to tell you something.
And every time I tried to, he would always cut me off. It had days where he came up there to see her. He would bring another female to the shelter. He would bring all his little guy friends. I'm like, I'm not going to just tell you all of this in front of your friends. I was like, we need to sit down and talk. We need to sit down because it's something that I need to tell you. It had times where I'm calling him on the phone. He's not answering his phone. It had times he didn't even have minutes on his phone.
So you could never spit out, you never had a chance, hey, this child is not yours. I was physically assaulted. I was raped. It's not your baby.
When I did tell him that was when I was in Philadelphia and he was already in Pittsburgh.
And who has your child now?
He does.
Why?
Because I tried to establish a good relationship in case he was the father, because I told him I wanted a paternity test to be sure. And I wanted to, let's say he is the father. I want them to get to know each other. I want to give it the benefit of the doubt. Because if he is, if it comes back and he is, then hell yeah, I want them to have a good relationship.
I just, you stand on stage and again, I don't know what your thought process is, but you say, I love my baby even though it's a rape baby. Wouldn't you at least grasp or hold on to the fact that Richard could be the father instead of saying, I love my baby even though it's a rape baby? It is the possibility, you said yourself, that he could be the father.
He could be.
Now,
but the reason why I look at it,
I don't know why.
The reason why I look at it as she could be a rape baby.
Okay, hold on a second. I understand because you said what happened to you. But here's a guy who comes out, seems very likable guy. I mean,
yeah,
maybe I'm wrong.
That's just for you. That's just for you.
Maybe it's just for me. But I don't know. When he looked at your daughter, I don't think he faked those tears. Could be wrong. I just want to say, I don't think he faked those tears. He seems genuine.
He does love her.
He does love her.
I know he does love her.
He does have your daughter.
But me, he hates me. He hates me.
It happens.
Okay? And you know what? Fine, hate me. You have the right to. You understand? I'm not saying he doesn't have the right to. He has the right to.
If you taped the pacifier in my daughter's mouth, I'd hate you too.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You have the right to. But that does not give you the right to sit there and hit my son. Give my daughter weed or my son. One out of the two.
I understand people, you don't like him, he doesn't like you, and you want to throw dirt on him, and you're saying he wants to throw dirt on you. But
I'm
to
not
say,
throwing dirt,
you know
I'm
what?
just speaking the truth.
You're not speaking the truth. And you know, you come out here and you're this strong, proud woman, and you do everything for your kids, and you keep it together, and you can buy presents and they look good, and I don't buy brand name clothes, and my kids do, and they look good, and you know, all the that doesn't even matter. You know, the only thing that matters is your kids love you, they feel protected, they feel that you're going to be there for them. I don't know how to feel protected when mommy's taping tape to your face. And you know what I'm saying is, I understand you got a tough life. You say you were physically assaulted by some guy, that that it could be a rape baby and everything. But I don't get it. When you have a man that says, you say he loves his child, he wants to be the father, he wrote his name on the birth certificate, for you, for your child, for everybody's interest, wouldn't it be best just to say, yep, you're the father, Richard. Why would you ever enter in the possibility for a child to know you're a rape baby? Here's a man that's willing to be where so many times the men don't even want to be in a damn child's life. Here you have a guy saying, my daughter, I love her, I'll do anything for her. The child gets taken away for a year. He's still there. He's not running, man. He's hunting it down. He wants the child. I understand you have another accusation against Richard.
Yeah, I do.
What is it?
Well, when I did see my daughter the day that he said that I disrespected him and took her necklace and whatever else he sent her with.
Right.
Actually, if I did take the necklace, I would have it. I took the necklace and put it around her brother's neck because the day that her brother seen her, which was in like 2 months, the both of them was highly upset. My daughter, I sat there, was trying to do her hair, and she would not stop crying. When I kept saying, baby girl, what's wrong? She stand up on me, put her hands out like this, and said, he hit me. Who? Richard. Why? Because I pee-peed on myself. I'm like, excuse me?
Okay, but
No,
how,
but you can see the
the
scars
necklace,
on-
though. You took the necklace and you put it on your son. Why'd you do that?
Because he asked for it, and she wanted him to have it. He was like, she said, Mommy, I want brother to have this.
At what point do you be the adult and say, no, your dad bought that for you. He'll be upset. You're 2 years old. First of all, I don't believe a 2-year-old's talking like that.
Okay. You are entitled to what you want to believe. You are entitled to what you want to believe, but I'm going to tell you this.
I'm only telling you what I believe as a man, as a father, as dealing with children. And I think everybody saw on screens. I don't think your daughter came in and said, oh, I'm crying, and he hit me, I peed on myself. Here, give my chain to my brother.
First of all, she said there to me, her brother said, Mommy, I want something to keep to remember my sister since I can't be with my sister. And I was like, okay, well why don't you?
While you're on the way to a foster home, here's a chain.
No, I said, okay, why don't you take the pictures that the staff member told me that Richard sent for him? I said, why don't you take the pictures? She said, Mommy, give him this.
I don't believe it.
You're entitled to what you want to believe. Put it like this. My kids have never been separated this long. And because of him, they are separated this long.
It's his fault.
Yeah, he's the one that gave my son the black eye.
He's the one.
He told
the guy that you just said about 10 minutes ago, he's a real good father. He takes really good care of her.
He takes care of her.
But because the boy...
Because that's not his child, you give my son a black eye, you hit him in the face with a stick.
Because it's not his child.
It's not his child.
But so the daughter could not be his child, too. And you're saying he knows that.
Okay,
how come he doesn't
knows that,
abuse
but
her?
he loves her more than he loves him.
Why?
I don't know. Ask him that.
Did you ever touch your daughter in an inappropriate manner? He answered no. Takes the lie detector test, and it comes back.
Trust me, I'm taking my daughter. You trust and believe that. I'm walking out of here today with my child.
The results of your DNA test is that Richard
Tomorrow.
I could feel the hurt coming out of you.
I think my husband's cheating on me. I got the little girl on the phone, and she told me I'm 16. They had sex in my house. You're hurting me. You're killing me inside.
I can't imagine my life without you.
Do you realize you are about to lose me?
I'm not
For
lying
years
to
you've
you
been lying
at
to me.
all.
Before the show, he took a lie detector test, and the results is that
Tomorrow.
you say that Richard gave your son the black eyes, right?
Yes.
Okay. He comes home. Richard says, your little boy who he's taking care of, right? He takes him home.
This is what happened.
No, just answer the question.
Yeah, he did.
So you let this guy who you thought gave your son black eyes, you sent him home. You sent your son
Well,
with
when
him.
he left, he didn't have a black eye.
Okay. So Richard, notices the black eyes, takes him to a caseworker, says that his mother, your son, says, you hit him in the eye and you pushed him into his dresser. That's what your son's saying. And your son stated he feels scared when he is with his mother. He was taken to an emergency room and was evaluated.
Well, when I go on a visit, it's something totally different. My son enjoyed every visit with me. The last couple visits, I even bought food. I mean, I bought him food. I bought him a
That's
movie.
wonderful.
You mean?
Children do tend to eat.
I bought him food and I bought him a movie. Me and him sat there, had a good time. He was riding me up and down like a horse on top of my back, climbing all over me like he always does. My son is very playful.
Sounds like my weekend with my children.
You
I bought them
understand?
food,
And from
I
birth,
got
my
them a
son slept
movie,
next to me.
and they crawled all over me. And in the process, my son didn't get 2 black eyes. What else are you claiming about Richard?
Now, I have reason to believe for her to cry like that for hours, I want to know she's being touched. Point blank, period. She was with me and cried for hours.
But your solution was just to give the chain to your son. To make everybody stop crying.
No.
That's what you said.
I said she wanted him to have it, and he wanted it. Everything happened when that visit happened. That was the first time I seen my daughter in 2 months. 2 months.
And why is that?
Because he refused to even let me see her.
How did he refuse you?
When I asked him, he was like, no. He had
You don't
his...
seem like the type of woman that just takes no real easily.
I don't.
When's the last time you saw your daughter?
I haven't seen my daughter, and the last time I seen my daughter was at that visit. That was about 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay. You have any evidence at all that Richard abuses your daughter? And other than this one visit where she cried?
She had a bruise on her leg, Steve. They saw it. The CYF people saw it. They took her to the hospital.
Did you take her to the hospital?
Yes, they took her to the
Do
hospital.
you have that report? Did you bring that report with you?
No, they didn't give me a copy of that report yet.
What if Richard passes a lie detector test on all these allegations? What if he
Then
passes?
If he passes, he passes.
If he passes, he passes. You're
If he
making
passes,
all these allegations against him.
If he passes, then I'll have to look into a deeper reason why my daughter's upset. Why is my daughter always crying? Why is my daughter sitting there telling me that he hits her when he doesn't?
Maybe I'll give you one reason why maybe your daughter's crying, because she's being shuffled off to person. Maybe she cries because one of the few things she has in this life, a little chain that her dad gave her, you took away. You gave it to somebody else.
That was before I even took the chain.
The point
That was
is,
before I even took
you know
the
what?
change.
You're asking why, and I'm giving you reasons why.
Okay, I
You
understand.
can't give me one good reason why. Now, what if it comes back, Richard, he took a DNA test before the show. What if it comes back that he is the biological father of this child?
If he is, then I will try to get joint custody. We both have custody of her, so we both get to see her. She proves that that's not your child. Trust me, I'm taking my daughter. You trust and believe that. I'm walking out of here today with my child.
The results of your DNA test is that Richard.
You are the father.
Get off my stage! Let's bring out Richard. Richard, I'm sure you've been backstage and been listening to a lot of this. Is there anything at all you want to address off the top of your head?
Now you gonna sit there and tell all these people that I be touching, that I put black eyes on. Come on, man, cut that short. You know I ain't do that. You just sitting there and tell everybody in the world that I be raping her, that I be having sex with her. Come on, man, that's just foul, cuz. Real talk. You know I'm not sleeping with her. What I'm gonna do is sleep with a 2-year-old? What I look like?
Richard said you never touched her.
All right, come on, cuz. I never touched sexually, cuz. What's wrong with you? You
So-
said that I
so-
put the
so-
black eyes on your son?
Yes, my son
I put the
told-
black eyes.
told
Well,
me
that's why
that.
you don't got him right now. That's why he in foster care, because they know you did it.
First of all, I didn't do it.
So why don't you have him?
Because you got him to say that I did it.
I told
you did.
so I told a 3-year-old boy to say your mom put the black eyes on you.
Maybe he was high.
That don't even sound right.
Now, we did give Richard a lie detector test, and he was asked, did you ever touch your daughter in an inappropriate manner for your own sexual gratification? He answered no. Did you ever hit your daughter with excessive force? And you answered no. And he takes the lie detector test, he answers the question, and it comes back that Richard's told the truth. You just found out he passes a lie detector test. He didn't sexually abuse your daughter. He doesn't physically abuse your daughter. And no, I've been accusing you of this. I've been telling everybody, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I've been saying that about you. That ever cross your mind? We're just here to pin blame, make stories up, wild accusations. No apology to the man?
I apologize.
It ain't genuine though. It's good.
Only you can accept it. Anything else you want to say to each other before I read these DNA results?
No, sir.
No.
And your feelings aren't going to change whatsoever
Man,
towards your
it's still my
daughter.
child, man.
And you want to raise this little
Yep,
girl.
to the best of my ability, and I'm going to request to adopt your son.
You're not gonna get him.
We'll see in
I'll
court.
make sure of that. And if she proves that
But
that's
you know,
not
let
your
me,
child,
hey, Teneal,
I'm taking my
I want
child.
to ask you a simple question.
You can't.
If he wanted to raise your son and raise your daughter, and if you're not able
I've
to or
always
capable,
been there. I was always
you're not
been there for
always
my-
there for your children. You're
when
not.
when I had my kids, I always made sure that they were okay.
But
I
you
love my
don't always
children
have
to
your
death.
kids.
I love my children to death.
I don't doubt that for one second.
You
But
understand?
You're not always there.
I was the one that almost died giving birth to my son. I was the one that gave birth to her early. If she proves that that's not your child, trust me, I'm taking my daughter.
take her. I'm gonna
You
leave the
trust
daughter.
and believe that. I'm walking out of here today with my child.
Here, we're going to call it court.
I'm not going to debate whether you say you were raped. I say I believe you. No reason to lie about that. And it's got to be horrific what you went through. Nobody's debating that. We're going to say you're telling the truth. I believe you 100% on that. But as you say yourself, it's possible that he could be the biological father, right?
Yes.
Now, I want to ask you, in your heart, your feeling, you know your daughter, you pick her up, you love your daughter to death. Who do you believe is the father of your daughter? In your heart, who do you believe is the father?
Man, that raped me.
All right. Are you opposed Do you wish that Richard's not the father?
Yeah, I do.
Why? You would rather have the
Because
man that this just
I'm not gonna have my daughter with a man that's not her father.
You hold this little girl, and I know it doesn't make a difference to you. It's your daughter, and hey, man, I give you all the gratitude in the world for taking care of a little girl. But in your heart, you must have a feeling whether she is your biological daughter, right?
Yes, sir.
And how do you feel?
Like from when I first seen her, that she's mine.
You know that she's yours. Even if it comes back that he's not the biological father, you wouldn't want Richard raising that child. Sometimes, and I don't know the results of this test, but sometimes you got to rise above it all. When it comes to your children, you got to get past the pettiness. You have to get past the personal feelings for each other. You really do have to rise above it all for your child. And really, if you have this man who shows such great emotion, that is there for your child. He's there. He's loving. He's saying, I don't care if this baby's mine or not. I love this child. I want to raise him. He's actually there. Wouldn't you say, yeah, I want my child, but you know what? I'm going to do my daughter the best thing I can and say, yeah, that's your father. He wants to be daddy. He's a good guy. Let him be daddy.
If he wanted to be daddy, he would have.
He is. He's got her. When he goes home, he has her. He's being daddy. Are you sure you want me to read these results?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
You want me to read them?
Yes.
What about you? The results of your DNA test is that, Richard, you are not the father. Stay here. Does it really matter?
No, I don't, man. She's still my daughter.
I know, man. And I know that's gotta be hard. I know it's gotta be hard. But think about that little girl. All she knows is you. All she knows is you. There's no other faces. You're daddy. You gotta be tough, man. I know it hurts, but you can't let it make a difference. You can't let it make a difference. Have a seat. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna talk to Teneal. All right? You calm down, all right? You calm down. I'm gonna go talk to her. All right? You know, this is a TV show. And when this show's over, everybody's going to go on their lives. Guests, people watching at home, you, Richard. But I'm telling you something right now. This is a man that loves your daughter. And I don't know if you're ever going to find a man that loves your daughter as much as Richard. And you're lucky to be in a position where things are tough for you.
No, I already know. But it's like, I needed to know.
I know you need to know.
I needed to know.
And you know what?
And you know what? It hurts even more. Two wrongs do not make a right. So for you to just stop me and my entire family from seeing my child, it's wrong. It has nights that I go to sleep crying because from day one, my kids slept in the bed with me. Yeah, I know who was wrong, but you know what? I'm attached to both of my children. Those are all I have. When I lost them the first time, it damn near killed me. And I'm not going to lose them again, not to anybody.
Listen to me. Honestly, I want what's best for your daughter.
I want what's
honestly
best
do.
for her, too.
I'm sure you do. And I think Richard does. So all three of us are agree that we want what's best for your daughter. So what if we get you some counseling? We give you parenting classes. We give Richard parenting classes. Let's, from this point on, let's not say he did this, I did that. Let's say, what can I do to be better for my child? Do you agree to that? You want to go back and talk to Richard? No, listen.
I'm not gonna be hard because I know he's hurting. He's been
you just
hurting
tell
for a
Richard,
while.
right? And let's work together for your daughter. All right?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Can you find your heart to forgive me?
No, man. You know how I feel right now, man, because I believe that was my first child, God. Teneal, you.
Richard, it's your daughter. It is your daughter. And she's saying she's sorry. And she's saying she'll work forward to do what's best for your daughter. And I'm not saying you have to accept her apology, or I know you went through a lot. But I think right now, you got to do what's best for your daughter. And if she's extending an olive branch here to make the peace with you, and she's agreed to go for parenting classes and get you counseling and give you parenting classes too, because we could all use it, right? Do you guys agree to that? All right, let's go.